2, 1.
All right, welcome back to the second run of Potterthon 9. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you got yourself a nice snack and a nice drink during this transition, because an awesome run is coming up by an awesome runner. Welcome in Dr. Kaasknabbelen.
Hello. Well, an awesome run. I'm not sure. We'll see.
I'm definitely sure it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be switching from HP1 PC to HP2 PC, and Cass will be running the no major glitches category. So
Yes.
that means don't glitch majorly, sir.
Yeah, that mainly means no boosting, which we've seen in Flo's HP1 run. It's a bit different than HP2, but still the same premise. And also no Quidditch warping. Just those two restrictions. Otherwise, it's pretty much any percent.
And no debug mode.
I mean, yeah, but that's yeah, sure, Renee.
I will still be here in host. So any donations that you have benefiting the Trevor project, I will read out along the way. I'll also be blabbing along a bit with Cass. So,
very cool stuff.
I think that's all that needed to be told before the run. So you should give yourself a countdown, and then the host can start your timer.
Yes, I will be skipping the cutscene in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good luck. Good luck.
So, yeah, as I just stated, it's any percent, but no brightness boosting and no warping, which kind of means that it's pretty much like glitchless, aside from a few strats. Mainly a Scourge and Diffindo are a lot different. And you'll see what happens in Diffindo. It's weird stuff.
Looking forward to that part, because that skip is relatively new,
okay.
right?
I got the jump around the wall first try. Fantastic. I usually lose a lot of runs to that jump, so it's nice to get that in Potterthon. So yeah,
always good to get that type of stuff on a no reset run.
Yes. Also, wall walks are pretty important for some stuff, especially for Scourge, of course. Anyone familiar with Scourge skip knows that it's a pain to have happen, but it's a wall walk, so it's allowed. So that's cool. And as you can see, this isn't HP1, so that means we can skip cutscenes. That's fantastic stuff. Right, Renee?
It is good, especially if you consider that in HP2, like the cutscenes are roughly doubled, I think, from HP1. So yeah, the cutscene skip is very welcome, but also very necessary in this game.
Yeah, imagine playing a category where you watch all of the cutscenes. But then you don't even watch the cutscenes because you can skip them in other ways than just using the skip button. But yeah,
we'll always find ways.
We're not playing cutscene percent, luckily. We're doing no major glitches.
The best category.
No, that's Chungus.
Okay, fair.
Okay. So, yeah, this is pretty much just trying to not fall down the stairs.
Yeah, that sounds optimal.
That's a great start. Okay, fantastic. Let's try that again, shall we? I mean, Deathless not free, right?
Deathless definitely not free in this category, as you said before.
Yeah, well, I was actually taking that jump very safe, but for some reason I lost momentum during the jump, and I just couldn't make it to the stairs. But we can try it again. So you use the momentum from the stairs to jump forward and do that. That's what I wanted to do first try. But I failed miserably, because the stairs are a bit wonky and you can just walk on invisible collision. And that's allowed in glitches and in no major glitches as well. So right here, we don't do the spell drawing, which is in itself is a little bit slower than doing the spell drawing, but it means that you get less house points, which is very important for the bean bonus room. So I'm just gonna be sitting here doing nothing, which is fantastic. So
Yeah, because
yeah.
how it works, right, if I know this game correctly, and I think I hope I do by now, is when you play the first challenge or any challenge, you get house points, and you get to enter the bean bonus room if you have more house points than Slytherin. And the time you have in the bean bonus room is based on how much more points you have than Slytherin. So what you kind of want to do is minimize the amount of points you get in Rick-2. And doing the spell learning gives you house points, so that would lose us a lot of time, but would be able to get us a lot of beans, which unfortunately we do not need in this run.
No, sadly we don't get the beans. But we do something else in the bean bonus room actually, which is a setup for the Defendo strat. We're actually gonna use our time in the bean bonus room optimally, and we're gonna take some damage in the Scourge doorway. And with that damage, you want to be one hit away from dying, pretty much. And then you have to play. Then you have to play through Bicorn, and then get to Defendo after that. And then you want to pass cast a snail through a doorway. It's a very weird strat, but it basically abuses the enter level trigger. Because when Harry dies, he kind of falls into that trigger, which he normally can't trigger if he's alive. But then when he dies, he falls into it for some reason. So you want to push a snail to that certain spot to have that happen. Oh, the Nixo raid is here, fantastic. You can also take this moment, Renee, to talk about
Yes.
the thing.
Welcome in, Nixel, with a ton of raiders to the 9th annual Potterthon event. I hope your stream went well, and it's appropriate that you raid into your favorite game, HP2. So, welcome in, anybody, and everybody is welcome here. We are doing Potterthon 9, which is a Harry Potter speedrunning marathon, as you can see, and we'll be raising money for an amazing cause called the Trevor Project. Who are aiding young LGBTQ people who are struggling with mental issues, both providing immediate care and support through phone calls, chats, and any single way of contact that you can imagine, and also fighting the good fight, providing legislation things to make this world a little bit more safe for the LGBTQ people. So, if you have a little bit of spare money, consider donating at the donation link, and then your donation will be read out here on Potterthon. So that'll be great. And for now, we are in a HP2 no major glitches run with Dr. Kaas.
Yes, as I'm currently making it through a Rictus Sempra. I was talking before the raid. I was talking about the Findo glitch, the Findo strat, where you actually want Harry to die and fall into a level trigger, and that way you can skip the Findo, and it's like I believe it's like 2.5 minutes faster than just playing the level normally. So it's a very big time save. Found somewhat recently, I believe.
Yeah, half a
And
year
so,
now, I think.
Yeah, I think even less. Not sure. But yeah, that's a strat. It's fairly difficult. Oh no! Oh no! We don't want
Crowd
to die.
sliding.
Yeah, that's also some weird stuff with this game. You want to push 4 crabs into this pit, and there's a total of 5 of them. But sometimes when they fall from the ledge, they get what's called a crab slide. And oh, and there it goes wrong again. Actually, I
Why
can
do you
take this
keep
one
like?
down now.
Why do you keep pausing the game in between casts?
Do I pause the game? Oh yeah, of course, I'm pausing the game. Yeah, that's for a strat called... Oh, there goes another one, but I didn't need him anymore, I think. Nope. I already had 4 of them in there. It's for a strat called pass casting, and you're basically just disabling the casting animation that Harry does whenever you cast a spell. And that means that you can cast really quickly. Normally you have to wait like a second between casts. But if you use pass casting, you can cast, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 times a second. But yeah, now I'm gonna be setting up for the Defendo strat by taking damage in the beam bonus room. There we go. And we're on very low health, which is actually optimal. We're also having very terrible RNG at the moment, because normally you'd already be done with this level, but
Which is
this
not
is...
optimal.
I think it's like 30 seconds being bonus room RNG at the moment. It can be somewhere between 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and 35 seconds, I believe. And we had second worst then this time, which I guess it's fine. It doesn't really change much in the ways of gameplay for us to view. And then now we move on to the Quidditch segment. In HP1 it was very fast, the way that Flow did it. In this game it's an auto-scroller, so we just have to wait until the bar at the bottom fills up.
Well,
And
I have
then we...
something we can do while waiting, because we
Oh,
have some donations coming in.
oh, fantastic.
We have an $80 donation by Paxelinski and Winterstorm saying for that good, putting their donation towards Hufflepuff, who are now going in the lead on the selected house for the Hogwarts Legacy run. So big
Oh,
shout outs to
nice.
you, to my friends at Team Puffs, and we also have a $10 donation from Bas, without a comment, but putting that towards a house that doesn't pop up, but also towards the GBA goal that is making rapid progress. So thank you all for those donations. You guys are insane.
Go Team
Thank you.
Puffs. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm stupid. I was a bit distracted. We're going to the potions class first. I was already getting ready to go to Scourge, but honestly, it's fine. Luckily, Hermione is there to guide the way. For all of the foolish people that don't know this game, even after they've played them hundreds of times. But yeah, here we just walk into the cutscene and then we cast at the chest to get the ingredients. And then you wait a little bit because you don't want to soft lock the game. And then you just make a potion. The potion is very important for the strats that we have to use in the window. Okay, and now we go to Scourge. And Scourge is my favorite level, mainly because it's very fast. And it's also a very terrible strat that you have to use to get to skip the level. I always struggle with that wall walk.
I
But
love that trick.
we'll see how fast it goes this time. Should we count all of the fails?
I'll
When we
count
get
them
there?
out loud, just if that's more annoying to you, then I'll
Oh
count them
yeah,
all out loud.
yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, also, in Rick December, I didn't do the spell challenge, the spell learning, but I'm gonna do it in this one. There is the risk of getting a fake input where the game just recognizes the arrow input you put in incorrectly, and then it counts as a fault. When that happens, you lose like 15 seconds in this spell challenge. But the risk of that happening is kind of worth it. 'Cause I don't know how much time you lose. I think maybe like 7 seconds or something if you just don't do the spell challenge at all. I'm not sure about this one. I know that the Findo is like 4 seconds.
Yeah, the Findo you can like gamble on or just take a break if you're doing a long multi-run, but this one definitely worth doing. I don't know the exact numbers either though.
Creation, no fake inputs. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And this is already the third round. And now you can also see us getting the house points we didn't get on purpose during the Richter Sempra challenge. So that being bonus room we had, that was like 30 seconds, would have been probably like 40 seconds if we'd done the spell challenge. Maybe even longer, I'm not sure. But here you just get rid of the Scourge wall, and then you kind of aim at this spot. 1, 2, ooh, that looked promising.
Very close.
Oh, third try, that's actually pretty good.
Nice,
There you go.
nice.
I mean, for me, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, the people that are really high skill level kind of have to reset their runs if they fail that, maybe twice or something.
This is also like
But
one of
really
those tricks that I feel like everyone has their own setup on. Like a million different setups.
Yeah, I just mainly use the one that I learned when I started speedrunning this game, which is the one where you just look in the corner and other people walk into the lamp post and set it up from there. Now this is a very annoying level in no major glitches because I am on very low health and I don't have auto drink potion enabled. I have that disabled on purpose for the strat in the window. But there's a lot of random stuff where you can take damage from in this level. So I've died a couple times in this level already in a lot of my runs. And here we just cast at the snails, don't walk into the snail trail.
Yeah, this is really a room where being able to pause cast in this category just makes it a lot faster, because in regular glitchless, you don't get to pause cast because it's animation cancelling and it's considered a glitch, so you have to wait for the cooldown before every cast. And as you can see, as cast is casting here, it's a fun sentence to say, cast is casting, you can see that there's actually a lot of spells that need to be fired in there.
Okay, the snails are a bit in a weird spot. These are the same two snails that I pushed into the pit before. There we go. And then you reuse them, which is actually pretty cool in my opinion, that they reuse the same enemy for two sections of the same level. And this is also a bit different from glitchless. You can take this wall walk and you don't have to do the puzzle. But yeah, so far this has been a very good level. Oh, right as I say that, I failed to jump over the simplest beam. But sure. And yeah, that pixie has nibbled on me a fair number of times. But we got past it this time. Okay, and now we just stun the crab before we jump up. We don't want the crab to hit us while we're climbing up these stairs. Well, are they even stairs? They're just weird ledges.
They're I don't know. Who built this castle and why?
Yeah, it's a very weird way to make the... Honestly, if this is the way that Snape goes to his pantry, I'm not sure if that's very optimal. Or maybe he just has the door, the key to that door.
I'd hope he does.
Yeah, I hope so too. Speaking of Snape, he's in that corner, always. So, always. Beautiful. But I use that word to talk about Snape. Yeah, so we're almost at the most interesting parts of this game, of this category, which I've been talking a lot about. which is pretty
Dueling.
much the reason. No, not dueling. Dueling is. I mean, dueling is fine, but after dueling, that's when the real magic happens. Oh, Malfoy not blocking my casts there. So that was also a glitch during the dueling, where you can use the deflecting spell, deflecting charm, or whatever it's called, Expelliarmus. And you can glitch it the same way with pass casting. And doing that makes it so you get an infinite amount of those walls that rebound the spells cast at you. So you just use that in combination with a lot of Rictus Sempras, and then you can defeat your enemy really quickly during the dueling. It's a huge time save for 100% runs, being able to do that, because then you have to defeat 11 people total.
Trycker du på motsvarande piltangent. Den här övningen har 3 delar. I varje del måste du göra rätt för att få fortsätta. Är du beredd att försöka?
Ronde 1. Sure. So here we just do the spell learning again. And I haven't actually checked if my auto drink potion is disabled, but it should be, because I derusted this category a little bit ago. And I haven't played anything since. So that should be fine. But yeah, if I manage to fail the strat, which has a fairly high chance of that happening, you lose about 50 seconds each time you fail the strat, sadly. And I'm even using the easier strat, because there's 2 snails which you can push through the doorway, which you will see in a second. And I'm using the smaller snail, which you stun later, and it's also smaller, so that makes it easier to pass cast through a small doorway. And also, because you stun it later, you have more time to get it into the correct position. So you stand here, you wait for the big snail to charge at you, and then you walk backwards. Then you stun it when it's there, and then you push it over there. And then in the meantime, the smaller snail goes over there, and then you just pass cast a bunch to get it through the doorway and open up the secrets, because why not? And now that the snail comes back to life, then you have to be a little bit mindful of where the snail is, because it can kill you if you walk into the snail trail accidentally. Okay, and then when the snail is here, you go back to the entrance level trigger, and then you do this. Let's see if it works. I hope it works, otherwise the run's kinda dead. Yes, okay, fantastic. You see this weird screen that normally never happens? Then you just press escape twice, and for some reason Harry's back alive, even though he died. So you're abusing the enter level trigger, or the leave level trigger that's normally there when you re-enter the level, when you re-enter the window at later times. But of course they block that off the first time you play the game. You play the level, because otherwise you can just leave. So you use Harry's death to go through, and it uses up a potion, which is a bit annoying if you want to defeat the basilisk at the end. And there you use a mushroom to jump and skip a whole bunch of this level. But yeah, that's essentially what you do, and that's also why you want to be on low health, so you can quickly execute that strat. And then here we have shroom stacking, and we even have the master shroom stacker himself in this goal, which is fantastic.
Yes, I'm just back.
Fantastic.
My internet dropped.
Okay. And there we go. Oh, this might be a bit sus, honestly. Okay, hold on. I know how to fix this. Okay, let me do this. Oh. Oh, okay, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, I made my shroom stack a little bit too straight, which meant that I couldn't jump onto the smallest mushroom, which I should have put on the top, but I foolishly put it at the bottom. But I managed to kind of fix my mistake by just dropping down the fourth mushroom and jumping from there. Way too straight. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very bad at mushroom stacking, but honestly, I'm happy that I didn't have to do the walk of shame around, because it skips a little bit of walking. And now we have this. Oh no, I fell down the stairs. Okay, so here we want to skip very long unskippable cutscenes by jumping around the cutscene trigger. And you do that by walking up here. No, I jumped into it. Oh nay! Oh nay indeed.
Oh, nay.
It's fine. So you want to skip all of these cutscenes because it's very slow. It loses about 2.5 minutes, I believe. Sadly, I messed up the strats, but oh well.
Here's the
That
thing, though.
happens.
I just DM'd Kaz. Like, we have quite a few donations, and I need a good time to read them out. Can you please fill Nick Skip? Because normally Kaz does this first try every single time, but we need some time for donations. So
Renee, you know you shouldn't reveal that on stream.
oh,
That's
I'm sorry.
savage.
We can cut this out. We have another $10 donation from Bas saying, let's make it an even 200. Everybody should be able to be themselves. Exactly. Also putting that donation towards Hufflepuff yet again. But Slytherin is catching up as Flo comes in with a $50 donation saying hashtag HP1 best game. Chungus does not exist and isn't real. Enjoy the marathon, everyone. Thank you so much for that donation. Also, most of the donations are also going to the HP1 GBA game swap, so that's making rapid progress. And Slytherin is catching up. And we have yet another donation. We have a $20 donation from Artsy without a comment, but putting her donation towards a Ravenclaw. Thank you very much. And also to the 1 GBA game swap intervals. So that seems like that's going to be chaotic and fun. Hufflepuff still in the lead on the house poll for Hogwarts Legacy, but Slytherin is rapidly catching up. So thank you everybody for the donations. Yeah.
Flo spreading lies, by the way. Okay, well, just in time for me to come back to this game after some beautiful cutscenes. So yeah, that was quite a big fill. I even fell down the stairs first. I've fallen down the stairs twice already. Fantastic. Yeah, so now we just walk to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. And then we get told by Hermione that we have to go to Goyle. And we have to grab a bit of Goyle from him. So we're just gonna go do that real quick. There he is. Eating some drumsticks. Leaving them on the floor half eaten. Only one bite, that's not half eaten. Such a waste of food. Taking one bite and then dropping your drumsticks on the floor.
And ruining the castle. Poor Filch has to clean all that stuff up.
Yeah, let's leave all of the cleaning to the squib. I hope that Filch actually wanted that job, because otherwise if he was forced into that, well, it kind of feels like he was forced into that. I don't think anyone wants to be cleaning, having maintenance on such a big castle on their own.
I mean, he's always in good spirits, so I think he enjoys it. Right?
Yes. Yes, very good spirits. Exactly. We totally didn't just see HP1 Filch. He wasn't Dutch Filch, but still HP1 Filch. Norwegian Filch. Well, we got the Snowball. Fantastic. It's not
Nice.
faster, but it's cool to have the snail drop on top of the people card. So I always open that chest hoping for the snail to drop on top of it. And here we can also do something that Glitchless doesn't do, which is a wall walk to skip this part. And then at the end of this level there's also another wall walk, which skips way more than that. That is just to not have to take down a big crab. And the other one actually skips a whole corner of the last bit of the level. Also, my movement optimizations of this category aren't really that optimized. Mainly because I'm not a glitchless runner. I like to do Warbless and all wizard cards and Chungus. But I felt like trying this category out, mainly for that Defendo strat that I just showed off. And also to Bob Nixo, of course, because everyone wants to Bob Nixo out of top 10. That's number one life goals, right? Okay, so we successfully grabbed the bit of Goyle. And then we turn into Goyle, and then we have the most beautiful music I've ever heard from a video game. And it's actually a shortened version of the theme called Death Day, which I believe in the PS1 games, there's a story segment with nearly headless Nick, who celebrates his day of death. I'm not sure, I've never played that game. Maybe Renee can indulge me in that section of lore.
It is actually canon that they go to Nick's 500th death day, but they did put it in the 1 GBC version and in the PS1 version. Or the 2 GBC, of course, and in the PlayStation 1, but not in here, which is an interesting decision.
Yeah, I mean, it also didn't make it to the movies, of course, because that would be a very weird, story segment to put into the movies. They were too busy with Harry casting spells in the first movie, right? They didn't have time to put stuff like that
In the first, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
In the second, they had to rectify that. He had to cast some spells.
Yes. I mean, honestly, they probably did that just to enhance the childlike wonder of a wizarding world, but then not have the main character cast any spells because little kids can't cast spells. So it's like they like Harry is exploring the wizarding world, just like the little kids watching the movie. Okay, so the reason why I couldn't
I guess
cast
that's
at
an
that
explanation.
rope, yeah. The reason why I couldn't cast at that rope just now is because this game is weird and this mover which turns around the room just kind of messes up the way that you cast spells. You don't have to cast at that cast. And then here we do a strat called bridge skip, which we fail the first try, just to show off how to not do it. And then second try, you jump too far, so that's also how you not do it. And then third try,
You gotta show that
you
it's
get...
difficult.
Yeah, of course, otherwise it's not rewarding for viewers to see.
All right, so while Kaz makes his way deeper into the Slytherin common room, we have another donation. We have a $20 donation coming in from Mincy saying, "Thanks for doing this. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for donating." Putting her donation towards the GBA game swap intervals and towards Ravenclaw, who is starting to catch up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minty. And here we can just do a little bit of movement optimizations, not walking around the pillar, but you can walk in between the wall and the pillar. And then I also like to cast at that Flubberworm mucus, because sometimes it can land on the spot where Malfoy stands, and then he stands inside a puddle of mucus. But sadly, that didn't happen this time.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Invalid.
Something's not right. Professor Snape!
Yeah, and if you get caught by any of these guys, then you have to redo the part where you turn into Harry and walk out of the level. Which honestly isn't too bad if you get caught, but still, you prefer to not have that happen, of course. My stair optimization has not been the best so far, but we'll take it. And now we're just gonna go to the final spell challenge of this category, of this game, actually. And this is Spongify. Honestly, the most fun spell in any of the PC trifecta, in my opinion.
It's really good.
I mean, who doesn't love to jump around? I mean, in HP3, the carpet swings are pretty cool as well, if you can do that. But I'm too much pleb to be able to do any good carpet swings.
Yeah, those are too difficult.
Yeah.
This one's only difficult in Hundo. Also, 2 fake inputs, I see.
I was actually kind of forgetting them to do the spell learning. So, since I failed the spell learning, it's actually better to just not do the spell learning at all. If you get either a fake input or if you fail to press basic arrow keys. It's better to just not do them if you fail them the first round, but then in the second or third round you just have to suck it up and continue on where you left off and try to finish all 3 of them. But yeah, this probably should take 2 more rounds of Spongify. I'm not sure. I've never not done this. No, I also don't really have splits to compare against, so I don't know how much time this loses. But I mean, I already lost 2.5 minutes in Nick Skip. So hopefully this is the final one. I'm not sure. Spognify. Okay. So Sponsifico. Oh yeah. That takes me back. The Dutch version of Spongify. So what Spongify does, it's this. You turn a green carpet into a purple carpet, and then you get launched into the air. And then the route that this level takes is you do the first half of the level, and then you can abuse a Spongify to just finish the level real quick. And also what I did there was I walked around a cutscene trigger, that made it so that doorway was still open. And then here is a optimization, which I took the time to optimize, so then it's not really an optimization anymore, but still.
Still worth showing off.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly always forget that it even exists. So I almost walked down like normal. So here you grab this Spongify, and then you use a moving platform boost to skip a little bit of the level. And then this is the abusing of that Spongify tile to just skip the level and end the level that way. So you don't have to do the second part of the Spongify spell challenge. Which is nice that you can do that. Even though any percent can just use the brightness boost to skip the level pretty much entirely. Only having to walk down one corridor for a little bit. And now we go back to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom for the so many time. I'm not sure. I'm not really keeping count. And now that we have Spongify, we can do a little bit of optimization. Just jumping like that.
It decreases the chances that you die on the staircase, so that's good.
Yeah, that as well. That's very important for me specifically. I mean, people always talk about Portugal Man falling down the stairs, but I'm not sure. I'm also showing how to fall down the stairs. And here is another. It's a weird cutscene. It's an sort of. Well, I don't really want to call it an interactive cutscene because you can't interact with anything. But it's a free roaming cutscene where you can just walk around freely. And you go back 50 years in time. And this is Hagrid. And we always give him a little smooch. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Otherwise, category invalid, right?
Exactly.
And this is a guy called Tom Dolder. And we're gonna see more of him in a second. But for now, we're just gonna walk to the Forbidden Forest. Because if you don't speak Swedish, you might have missed the plot that talks about Hagrid losing his pet spider, which is called Aragog. And we're gonna be visiting Aragog to find out more about who opened the Chamber of Secrets. What's the Chamber of Secrets, you ask? I'm not sure. We skipped all of those cutscenes. So...
Yes, I'm completely lost on the story right now.
Yeah. But honestly, as long as you know where to walk to, you're gonna be fine. There's always someone to guide you. Like
Exactly.
Ron is here this time. We don't want to have a repeat of the potions classroom, right?
We would not want that, no.
Oh. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute my my stream elements from my channel. So that might have been picked up on stream, probably. I also took some damage there, which is a bit suboptimal, since I have been taking... I don't have a potion. And this is also another clip. I don't think this can work anymore. No. I just skipped a ledge grab, which is a little bit faster. And it basically abuses a weird camera turning in combination of using a ledge grab to kind of clip into the wall. And then you can skip that. But if you didn't catch it, then so be it, I guess. It's another thing that differentiates this category from glitchless. And here we just casually walk up and use a Spongify. And you weirdly enough open up a tree. I mean, I haven't ever seen a tree look like that before, but sure.
It's a magical tree, though.
It's a magical tree. Just like this one. This one had been chopped halfway, and then they just stopped. So you can...
Nearly chopped? How can it be nearly chopped?
And this is also a beautiful spot to abuse pass casting, even though I failed it a little bit.
Yes, for those arachnophobes, big spooder coming up. So if you struggle with that, it's going to be a little bit scary. But we'll notify you when Kaz defeats it.
And here we want to jump past Aragog. Oh, and then we get him into what is known as the Chungus position. Because this strat was found during strat hunting for Chungus percent. Anyone not familiar with Chungus percent, shame on you. But yeah, that kind of makes Aragog show his weak spots more often. So you can
The
take him
scooter is
down.
gone, by the way.
So you can take him down a little bit quicker. And then you just, after you've defeated the big spooter, you just walk to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom for the so many of time. And this time you get to open up the Chamber of Secrets, which houses a very big snack.
Is that like the thing that the game's named after?
Yes, and this
I
is
see.
another section where we're gonna be counting Renee.
Oh, yes.
In my current No Major Glitches PB, I failed this strat 12 times, counted by Renee himself.
That's true.
And now I failed it once. And I got it second try, fantastic.
Very nice. So yeah, what happens there is that there is a piece of ectoplasm below that holds everything in place, and you have to go around and cast at it. But there is like a 1 pixel wide gap that if you cast through, something like that, then you hit the Scourge. And it's really precise and annoying, and it kills runs. And it's late in the game, so it's painful, but it is a cool strat.
And what I just performed was a second try chamber jump, which is also pretty nice. And now we get to another very interesting part of this run, which is a pixie bot, which I missed. So we can try it again. That's why I missed it, of course. We always want to show off strats a couple times. So you stun the pixie, so you can have a better, an easier time targeting where you want to go. And then I got blocked by another pixie,
Oh,
so
God.
we take the backup, which is this way, and then we end the level. And it's a way to, you can do it very quickly, and you skip pretty much 2 long corridors. And then in this section, now we're nearing the end game. So we put in 2 crabs, and we get sniped by the other crabs, of course. I might make a potion if we don't grab a frog, but I'm gonna grab the frog, probably.
So yeah, snake not free.
Yeah. Putting those crabs in makes it so this section of the level opens up. And then you get this cutscene where you break through a piece of the floor in this big cage. And then we just have to skip this bridge, which for some reason you're allowed to do this in glitchless, because it's a weird collision in a mover, so it's allowed. So that's cool. And now we just have this corridor, and then we're on to the final. Oh yeah, this is. For anyone recognizing that theme, people call this the Indiana Jones section because you're getting chased by a boulder. I skipped the cutscene so you can't see the boulder really, but it is there, trust me. But yeah, you're just gonna be way too fast for it anyway, so I don't know. Did you have troubles with that as a kid? Trying to get past that boulder?
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
remember having trouble with that. I had
I
troubles
don't
with
think
much
so
as a
either.
kid, but maybe not that.
Okay, I'm gonna choose to go potionless, so we do 1, 2, 3, and then we go. So we don't take any damage from the fires.
People write this down for bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo?
No, this isn't bingo.
This isn't bingo, but it's a goal in bingo.
So that was the first phase of the snake done. And then in the second phase, you kind of... Oh, I got sniped. That's fine. You abuse taking damage, but not in that way. Sadly, that didn't work properly. Oh, that was nearly a 2-cycle.
Very close.
Very close
So what's
indeed.
happening is if Kaz gets hit by the venom after casting with the sword, then he can cast again instantly without charging.
Yeah, the game kind of gets confused and it lets you cast again, and then you can loop that to just keep casting over and over again, and it's very fast. But yeah,
Alright.
that was no major glitches.
Time.
With some very bad strats, with some very bad builds. But I had fun. This was good stuff.
Big GG's.
Thank
What
you for
was?
the
Oh, you didn't
GGs
have
as well.
your own splits up, right?
No, I didn't. Yeah, 49. That kind of makes sense.
49, not bad.
Yeah.
Definitely still a good run. And you got to show off the Defender strat, I think, because that was the one part where my
for
internet
sure.
dropped. But
Tror att vi tar hem den i år igen?
I did get to show that off, luckily.
yeah,
That
that's
was the
awesome.
game. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more HP2 content happening this weekend. And not tonight, because next up is gonna be Nixel.
Yes, let me quickly look at the schedule, how we're running on schedule. We'll have to do maths here real quick. That's fine, I can do that. Yeah, we're at a good pace. So once again, Potterthon 9 raising money for the Trevor project, and you guys are popping off already, and it's amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, Dr. Cass, for showing us this run. It was really nice, and I'm glad I got to commentate a little bit alongside you.
Yeah, I had fun. Fun was had for sure.
That's the most important part. And as Dr. Kaz already rightfully pointed out, after transition, we will be back with Nixoman, who just raided into the channel, who will be doing an HP3 100%, closing out this trifecta during Potterthon. So if you have any last remarks, Dr. Kaz?
Chengdo, fantastic run.
Well, we'll cut that out. All right, don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back with another awesome run. See you in a bit.
Goodbye.